What's up, YouTube? Northeast Ohio Sports Cards here for a SGC reveal video. I know, I know. I didn't think they ever graded cards and sent them back to people too. Just wanted to say before we get started today, thanks for getting me to very close to 750 subs. We are right there. We're just a couple away. In fact, by the time this video goes up, we may be over that or we'll be darn close to it. So if you are watching this video and you're not subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below. I hate talking about the YouTube nonsense. I always forget about it. And in fact, guess what? I forgot again, and I'm recording this after the video to insert at the beginning of the video. So click the freaking sub button, comment, like, subscribe, all that crap. Let's get into the good stuff. This order dates back to late May. This order was received by SGC on May 26th, and it was a 15-day order. Yes, a 15-day order from May 26th. I am getting back on September 8th. Make of that what you will. The preview submission, or the preview video to this submission, is actually one of the first videos on YouTube that I did, one of my earlier ones. I recorded a video of what I submitted. I will link to that somewhere. It'll pop up like magic here on the screen somewhere with some YouTube nonsense. As I mentioned, this is the second order. The first order I got back about 3 weeks ago. That one was from May 5th. There was a video on that, obviously, and I spent the first third of that video ranting about SGC turnaround times. So I'll touch on it briefly here, but I really don't want to go too deep down that rabbit hole. I've pretty much said what I wanted to say in the previous video. This ended up, I counted them up roughly. This ended up being about 70 some business days on a 15-day order. And to be fair, they did credit me back the difference from a 15-day versus a 20-day order, but I had to ask for that. And they gave me a coupon code for 10 or 15% off my next order or whatever. But to be honest, I don't see myself using them anytime soon. So I checked right before recording this video. Their current turnaround time for their It Can Wait is between 50 and 55 days, business days. So essentially 3 months, basically, if you include like shipping there, shipping back, all that jazz. You're basically looking at 3 months or close to it. For that time, I could do a PSA economy order. Yeah, it will cost me twice per card. But the PSA stuff still sells way better and sells way easier. The SGC slabs are just not super liquid. At least they don't appear to be. They're tough to price. There's not a lot of comps on them. It takes a while to sell them. There's just a lot of monkeying around. And I think that will get better over time as more and more people get cards back and more people start to use them. But they really had a chance to kind of grab some market share. And I'm sure they grabbed a little bit, but I feel like as many new customers as they added, I think they made that many customers mad as well with these turnaround times. I check the blowout forum grading posts all the time, and it is constantly, the SGC thread is just constantly people complaining about turnaround times. I'm never going to use them again, and people requesting to get their cards sent back. So it is what it is. Like I said, this is my second order. I won't say it's my last. I'll never say never, but it would take a lot for them to use them, for me to use them again. If they consistently start hitting turnaround times, or they got their turnaround times down to something decent, and what do I mean by decent? If they could get back to their 20 or 30 day where it took a month to get cards back, I would 100% use them again for lower end stuff, without a doubt. I absolutely would. But at 3 months to grade something, it just doesn't make sense right now. The market shifts too fast. So anything better, I would rather just send it to PSA and maximize the value out of it. But enough for the mini rant. Let's go ahead and get into some cards. This is a 10 card order. Every card is Mosaic because I ripped all this stuff right when Mosaic first came out, and my plan was, was to send this stuff on a 15-day to get it back quickly so I could get it to market right away to have some of the first graded Mosaic stuff. Little did I know, on May 26th, the SGC was already backed up to high hell because they hadn't told anybody. So here we are. So let's get into it. This lot is 9 out of 10 LeBron. It's a very LeBron-centric lot. And then there is one non-LeBron card in this lot. We'll talk about that one last because it's probably the biggest card in the entire submission. So let's go ahead and get into this. I will say, if anyone is interested in anything here, I am pretty much selling everything here except for one card. And we'll talk about that card when we get to it. But other than that, if someone's interested on something in here, leave it in the comments below. Or you can email me. My email address is somewhere on the Facebook or the YouTube page. But leave a comment below and I'll get in touch with you if there's something you're dying for in here, because all this stuff's actually already on eBay. So 2 pros. I ragged on them a little bit, then we'll get into the grades. 2 pros. One, the seller-ready images are really nice. And what I mean by seller-ready images are they give you preview images of your cards, which I had on Friday, so I know the grades already. I cheated. High-quality scans of your cards graded in the slabs before the cards even ship to you, or right at the same time that the cards ship to you. So I've actually had these on eBay since like Friday in most cases, and I've already posted them around some groups and stuff. And just said, hey, you know, like I can't coin these. I can't ship them until Tuesday or whatever when the order gets delivered. The other thing is they're shipping. I mean, they use USPS. They're shipping back to you. And I had the same experience with the first order, is extremely fast. I got tracking for this on Friday. I had seller ready images on Sunday, and this was a holiday weekend where the post office wasn't open on Monday. And I got these delivered this afternoon on Tuesday. That's pretty impressive given the shenanigans going on with USPS. It's signature required. I don't know if they do it the next day priority mail or what, but I was just impressed on both orders how quickly they came back to me. So let's get into this. So first card up is just a base card. Nothing crazy, but I really like the design of these. This is the Jam Masters. Just a base Jam Masters. Nothing fancy. These go for now about $20 raw, $25 raw. So I'd be hoping to get a little bit over raw on these. SGC 9.5s typically pull slightly above raw. So I just threw this one in because back when I opened it, it was the only one that I pulled. And I like the idea of getting some Jam Masters graded because I do really like this insert. I think it was really popular at the time. It seemed to lost some steam. But I could see people circling back on this one, especially when his movie comes out, Space Jam. I could see this gaining popularity around the Space Jam release, potentially. And there's some other, there's 80, Giannis, all have them, and I have those as well. I just didn't send them in for grading with this. So 9.5 LeBron. And I did put a min grade of 9 on this order, and everything got slabbed. So slight spoiler alert. Next one is a Will to Win insert, a green, and this pulled a 10. Nice looking card. Not like super valuable, probably. I think a PSA 10 of this does like 130, 140. I don't remember exactly. I'd have to double check. I don't remember all the prices that I put on this stuff. But my general theory with SGC pricing is if it's a 10, price it slightly below what a PSA 10 goes for and just kind of see what happens. So, but yeah, that's that. And we have 2 more Jam Masters, and they are both the green prism variety. And this card looks pretty nice in the black. And I got 2 of these, and they both got 9.5s. The one looks really good. The other one, I must have missed this when I submitted it. It does have a faint print line right above my thumb there. You can see it there with the light. This one I thought looked pretty sharp, but it's not a 10 unless SGC says so. So 10's a 10. So these both got 9.5s. A little disappointed in that. I thought one of them would pull a 10 down. And then we have, this is just his base card, but in the green prism variety, and I have 2 of these. One pulled a 9.5 and one pulled a 10. I'm not a big fan of the greens in general, but I do think it looks pretty good with the Lakers purple there. And I also do think it looks pretty nice in the tux. Some cards really look good in these slabs, and some cards don't. I really don't like the way Prism looks in these. But flipping through this Mosaic stuff, it looks pretty decent in these. And like Optic, I think looks really good in these. Like if you see Luka back there compared to the Luka PSA 10, I just think that the Optic pops a lot more in the SGC slab. And same with these Mosaics. I think this really looks good. Like here is 2 different cards I know, but you can see the Zion pink camo in the PSA slab versus the LeBron in the SGC slab. To me, this looks better for eye appeal. They don't sell as well, but it looks nicer from a PC perspective. I like the looks of some cards in these. So that's that times 2. And then I got the MVP insert set. It's actually not technically an insert. It's a base card. This is a green. This pulled a 9.5. And then I had a second one that pulled a 10. I like these quite a bit. In fact, one of the cards I'm keeping is the next one coming up. And it is also an MVP insert. Or not, I said insert again. Base card. But it's the silver Mosaic. And I really like the way that this looks in the black. I think this looks really sharp in the black, and I'm going to be holding on to this. Big LeBron fan. Was a season ticket holder for a while. Was at a bunch of finals games. Watched him raise the banner. All that stuff. I really like this card. So I'm going to hold on to this one. And this is probably the second most valuable card in the submission. So, but I just really think this looks sharp in the black. So I will I'll rag on SGC for their resale prices and for their turnaround times, but some cards just really look good in their slabs, and I would say that this is one of them. And then probably the biggest card in this submission, a little sad it didn't get a 10. Spoilers, it got a 9.5. You can see on the back here it's a Tatum, but it is a Tatum Genesis. And these cards are just gorgeous. I think it looks okay in the black. It doesn't look bad, but I don't think it looks as good as the silver does, in my opinion. The silver just really pops. Anything with light colors really pops off the black. I mean, like once again, this doesn't look terrible, but this and a PSA 10, 2 have just recently sold actually for around 900. Raw, this goes for between 3 and 350 ish. I have this up on eBay pretty high right now, but I would realistically expect to get around 600-ish out of this, 650 maybe, if I'm lucky. We'll see. Like I said, SGC pricing is weird, so we'll see what happens. This, in a PSA 10, is between 4 and 5. I don't remember exactly. These 2 cards, I will say this, and this is the trick to grading. You never really know. These 2 cards are the only 2 that actually I added value to. And this, a lot of it's just built into the fact that Tatum went up. Not so much because the card got more valuable because of the grade. A 9.5 isn't a great pull. Even at a 10, it would have added a lot of value. But Tatum, the price on this went up more because Tatum's prices went up. The grade definitely helped it. This raw, when I submitted, I think we're about 250-ish. And then grade with this having a 10, I would expect to get more out of it than that by quite a bit. Everything else in this submission, I would have been better off, even the stuff that got 10s, selling at the time that I pulled it. Because Mosaic had just came out and there wasn't a ton of it on the market yet. So the prices hadn't come down. And we just recently saw this with Chronicles. You know, Chronicles came out. The Jaw Luminance was like $150 for like a week or two. And then the prices started to creep down. Then it was like $125, then it was under $100, and now it's all the way down to like $30 or $35. Now these haven't swung that hard, but like these MVP raws were going for 100 to 150 at the time I submitted this order. And now I'll probably be lucky to get 100 out of this 9.5. And this one I would hope to get maybe 200 out of. PSA 10s go for 250s. And same with most of this other stuff. Like these base LeBrons, at the time I sent them in, I think were 100 to 150 as well, maybe 125. I don't remember exactly. And, you know, in a PSA 10, this is a little over 200. This is basically raw, which raw right now on these is between like 60 and 70, maybe not even that much. So all this, out of 8 out of the 10 cards, I would have been better off selling for raw prices. Now, a little bit of that is the SGC value of the slabs being depressed compared to like a PSA. If I got this order back and these were all PSA 9s and 10s, that might be a slightly different story, but I don't think I would have made enough back to cover the grading fees, if that makes sense. Because this was a 10 card order. Say I sent it on a PSA economy, that's $200. And I don't know that PSA 10s, even if these 8 cards all scored a 10, based off the grading fees, I probably would have came out a little bit ahead, but that's assuming they all get 10s. The ones that really sell pretty well in 10s are the Jam Masters. I may end up keeping the one Jam Masters and cracking it and resubmitting the PSA. We'll see. But that's what I got for you guys today. Nice little SGC return. I am glad to not have to refresh their site anymore to check grading status. It has been a long road to get these back, and I'm glad to have them back in my hands and not have to constantly refresh the SGC website to see if things have moved along. I have a PSA order, 2 PSA orders out right now. One is in grading. They've had it since the 1st of August. And that's checked in the PSA. They had it a month earlier than that. I'm expecting, my best guess is I will have that back at the end of the month. Maybe early October. I'm hoping for sometime in September. We'll see. And then I have a second order that has been checked, just got checked in, I think early last week, like the 1st of September. And once again, I would expect about 2 months on that. The general theme seems to be is on a PSA economy orders, and I won't know this for sure until I get this first one back, is once they check it in, which takes about a month, it's about 2 months for them to grade it and get it back to you. Like I said, I'll have a better idea once I get this first one back of the timelines on everything. So I would really like to get that one back. I have a really nice Tyler Hero card in that first PSA order. So I would very much like to have that order back in my hands to potentially sell that during the Eastern Conference Finals or the Finals. I don't think I'll have it back during the ECF. Maybe if I'm lucky. So I'm going to be rooting hard for the Heat to make the Finals. Though, actually, I have a lot of Tatum stuff too. So it's kind of a win-win for me, assuming both those series hold. But all right, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, guys. Thanks for checking this one out. And we will see you guys later in the week for whatever I got next, which at this point, I don't know what that is yet. So do the YouTube stuff down below, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.